오늘 English on the Go에서는요, 누구 이야기를 들어볼까요?
So today we have a clip sent to us from Alex from Canada.
그렇죠. 알렉스 씨가 어떤 이야기를 할지 궁금한데 사실 뭐 해외여행을 하다 보면 누구나 길을 물어야 되는 경우가 있어요.
Of course.
그리고 제가 알기로는 알렉스 씨가 이런 외국어 학습에 관심이 굉장히 많아서 한국어도 오랫동안 배웠고 중국어도 좀 배운 적이 있는 걸로 알고 있는데 실제로 뭐 이렇게 외국에 나가서 길을 잃어서 길을 물어야 하는 상황이 있었는지 한번 이야기를 들어볼까요?
Alright, sounds good. Alex 씨,
나와주세요.
나와주세요.
So in particular, I remember my first time in China. I knew some Chinese, not a lot, and I was asking someone for directions because that's something you often have to do when you're in a new country. So I went up to someone and asked them in kind of broken Chinese, like, oh, how do you get to this place, or where is this place? And the person told me the answer. And there's a big problem with telling the answer. They didn't point. They didn't use any hand signals. They just said, oh, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I don't understand what you're saying. But I said, oh, thank you. And then kind of walked. I know in my case, when people ask me for directions, I try and be very visual with my hands. So for example, if someone's walking down the street here, I'll be like, okay, walk down 2 blocks, and it's the second block, then take a left turn, and that's going to lead you to whatever. It's an opportunity for me to tell them the directions, but also show them in case they might misunderstand some of the words that I'm saying.
정말 친절하네요.
Yeah, I really like that part when he said he didn't understand, but he said, okay, thank you, and then just left.
네, 두 가지 의미에서 친절하다고 볼 수 있는데 외국에서 길을 물었는데 상대방이 뭐라고 말을 빨리 하니까 못 알아들었지만 thank you라고 말한 것도 친절했고 그리고 이제 실제로 자신이 길을 알려줄 때에는 가르쳐준다. 네, 이것도 친절한 것 같습니다. 자, 그러면 구체적으로 어떤 말들을 했는지 함께 공부를 해보죠.
All right.
Okay.
So the first one is, so in particular, I remember my first time in China. So in particular, I remember my first time in China.
so라는 것은 뭐 말을 시작할 때 그냥 하는 말이고요.
Right.
네, 그냥 빼도 상관없습니다. in particular, particularly라고 할 수도 있겠고 그냥 뭐 in particular라고도 많이 쓰는데 특히, especially, specifically. 그래서
Specifically.
네, I hear an echo.
You do?
No. Just referring to you just as a joke.
Hey.
I know. Just kidding. 그래서 이제 in particular라고 하면서 I remember my first time in China. 중국에 처음 갔을 때의 기억이 있다고 했어요.
Right.
누구나 이제 외국 나가면 처음 갔을 때 기억이
Right.
더 생생하잖아요.
Of course,
Do you
because it's
remember
new.
your first time in Korea?
I surely do. I was so lost.
여기서 말하는 lost라는 것은 길을 잃은 것도 되겠고 뭘 어떻게 해야 될지 모르는
Right.
거죠.
Not lost as in like I couldn't find the kid, but lost as in like what do I do?
Yeah.
And it was like so busy for me and so many
그렇죠.
people, and I was like, how
네.
do I take the subway?
네, how do I survive here in this country?
Yeah.
자, 그래서 이제 이 처음 갔을 때 이야기인데요. 도착했을 때 중국어를 어땠다고요? 중국어가?
I knew some Chinese, not a lot. I knew some Chinese, not a lot.
네, 그래서 I knew some Chinese. 여기서는 이제 some을 강조했어요.
Right.
I knew
some
네,
Chinese.
만약에 말할 때 I knew some Chinese 이렇게 말하면 조금 더 confidence, 자신감이
Right. It's
보이죠.
like you know a lot of it probably.
네, 우리말로도 똑같잖아요. 저 중국어 좀 해요 하고 저 중국어 좀 해요.
좀 해요. 오,
네,
잘한다.
달라 보이잖아요. 그거랑
Yeah.
똑같은 건데 I knew some Chinese 근데 I knew some Chinese 중국어를 조금 알았어요.
Chinese.
Not a lot. 많이는 아니고요.
Right.
그런 다음에
And I was asking someone for directions. And I was asking someone for directions.
그리고 누군가에게 길을 묻고 있었습니다. Asking someone for directions. Directions는 길 안내 정보죠. 그것을 달라고 요청하고 있었어요. 왜냐하면
Because that's something you often have to do when you're in a new country. Because that's something you often have to do when you're in a new country.
왜냐하면 that's something you often have to do. 그래야 될 때가 많잖아요. 네, 그래야 될 때가 종종 있으니까요. When you are in a new country, 새로운 나라에 가면 a new country. Now this doesn't mean a newly established
country.
Yeah.
Like, here's my new country. It's called Megan Simone Bowen.
Megan Nation or something.
Megany.
Megan Land.
Oh,
근데
yes.
새로운 나라라기보다는 그냥 새로운 곳 아니면 그냥 외국, 그냥 foreign country.
외국에,
네, 이렇게 이해하시면 되겠고요. 그 다음에
So I went up to someone and asked them in kind of broken Chinese. So I went up to someone and asked them in kind of broken Chinese.
그래서 go up to someone이라고 말을 하면은 go up to 그 사람에게 다가가는 걸 말해요.
Yep.
go to someone하고는 좀 달라요.
Yeah. When you go to someone, it's usually someone you know and you're not just like approaching a stranger.
Yeah, and also when you go to someone, it's with a purpose.
Yeah.
And you are usually asking for help.
Right.
So, for example, when I need some fashion advice, I would go to Megan. And
Right.
if you need some maybe mobile app
Advice, then
advice,
I'll go
you would
to Hyun-soo.
come
Ow,
to me.
that
네.
hurt.
네.
My finger is broken.
네. 부딪혔는데 이렇게 할 수 있겠죠. 그게 이제 go to가 되겠고 여기서는 go up to니까 그냥 말을 걸려고 다가가는 거입니다. 그래서 when I went up to someone and asked them in kind of broken Chinese, 깨진 중국어라는 것은 이제 형편없는 별로인 또는 그냥 초급 단계의 중국어 정도가 되겠습니다. And then
Like, oh, how do you get to this place? Where is this place? Like, oh, how do you get to this place? Where is this place?
yeah, so he's basically asking the same question
Question.
that everybody else would ask.
In that situation.
네, 여기 어떻게 가나요? 이곳은 어디에 있나요? 라고 하는 거 일반적인 질문을 했다는 거죠. 그런 다음에 그 사람이 어떻게 말했죠?
And the person told me the answer. And the person told me the answer.
그 상대방이 the person that he talked to,
Yep,
or
that he asked.
네, that he asked, 물어봤던 그 상대방이 told me the answer, 답을 말해줬어요. 이렇게 가세요. 그런데 문제가 있었다고요?
Yeah. And there's a big problem with telling the answer. And there's a big problem with telling the answer.
그런데 그 telling the answer, 그러니까 그 답을 해주는 데 있어서 큰 문제가 있었다고 이야기를 했습니다. 어떤 문제였는지 한번 이야기를 들어보죠.
They didn't point. They didn't use any hand signals.
아하.
They didn't point. They didn't use any hand signals.
먼저 이 문장을 같이 번역을 해보기 전에 they가 누군지를 알아야 돼요.
Oh,
갑자기
they.
예, 앞에서는 the person이었는데
Right.
여기서는
They. Actually, sometimes we refer to people, people we don't really know. You know, in this case, it was a person. We know it's a person. We'll just refer to them as they.
맞아요. 그래서
Yeah.
영어에서 요즘에 특히 더 많이 그러는 것 같죠.
Yeah.
I think it's becoming more and more common. 더 흔해지고 있는 현상인데 남자, 여자 굳이 구분하고 싶지 않거나 아니면 굳이 그 정보가 중요하지 않을 때 한 명이어도 they라고 해버려요.
Yeah, they.
So I saw this person, 한 명이죠, 분명히 this person이니까. I saw this person selling something and they said.
Yeah.
갑자기 우리가 이제 영어를 교과서를 통해서 배울 때는 they는 복수다, 여러
Right.
명이다. 그러니까 갑자기 머릿속에 상상했던 그 상황이 달라지는 건데 똑같은 거예요. they는 한 명일 수도 있습니다.
But only for people you don't know. You wouldn't say, you know, I ran into my sister and they went to the store.
Oh.
It's only for people that you don't know, that don't have
맞아요.
a name.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Very important.
Don't say like, oh, I talked to my husband and they said.
맞아요. 굉장히 중요한 부분인데 이름을 알고 있고 내 주변
Yeah.
사람인 경우는 절대로 he나 she를 they로 바꾸지 않습니다.
Yes.
그런데 낯선 사람들, 이름도 모르고
Right.
아니면 이름을 굳이 몰라도 되는 사람들인
Right.
경우에 그냥 남들에 대해서 they라고 바꿔주는 거죠.
Right.
그래서 그 문제가 뭐였는지를 이제 말한 거죠. They didn't point. point라는 것은 이렇게 여기 하고 손가락으로 방향을 안 가리켜줬다. Don't point at me. 그리고 they didn't use any hand signals. 손짓 신호를 안 했다는 거죠. 보통 길을 알려줄 때 이렇게 넘어가시면 뭐가 나올 건데
Right.
이런 것들을 안 하고 그냥 얌전히 차렷,
Just like this.
attention 한 다음에
Go straight at the crossroads.
네, 말만 했다는 거죠. 여기서 단어 공부를 해보자면 바로 신호를 뭐라고 했죠?
Signals. Signals.
signals라고 했는데 단수 형태로는 signal 물론 되겠고 손짓 신호가 hand signal이었다면 경고 신호.
Warning signal. Warning signal.
warning signal. I think the most common warning signal that I get to see is the warning signal of my battery sign. It's red and it's like 5%. You need to charge it up.
Okay.
아닌가요?
Yeah, I
네.
mean that could be the case. Or when you're actually driving in a car and you
맞아요.
know you have the camera in the back when you get too close to something, it gives you a warning signal.
네, 그렇죠. When you back up your car.
That's the one I hear the most. I never hear that like phone one anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I was just referring to it as a warning signal. 경고 신호가 이제 warning signal이고 여러분은 어떤 종류의 경고 신호를 본다고 하실 수 있나요? 그리고 이제 또 재난 신호가 있죠?
Distress signal. Distress signal.
distress signal. 지난주에 저희가 그 de-stress하고 distress의 차이에 대해서도 이야기를 했는데
Right.
여기서 말하는 distress는 스트레스를 풀다 de-stress 아니고
Right. It's
뭐 고통, 괴로움을 말합니다.
Right.
재난 신호. 그리고
clear signal.
네.
Clear signal.
이렇게 말하면 분명한 신호.
Right.
clear signal. 누가 봐도 딱 그런 뜻이구나 알 수 있는 신호를 보내는
You
거죠.
sent me a clear signal.
네.
I
제가
got it.
go 했을 때 clear signal.
That's a very clear signal.
그리고 교통 신호등을 뭐라고 하죠?
Traffic signals. Traffic signals.
signals라고 S가 붙는 이유는 보통 그 조명이 여러 개가 있기 때문이고요. There are
Right.
many lights. 그리고 정지 신호.
Stop signal.
그렇죠?
Stop signal.
Which is usually red.
Red, yeah.
빨간색. Okay, back to the story. We just talked about signals.
Right. So the next one in the story is they just said, oh, blah, 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 blah. They just said, oh, blah, 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 blah.
네, 그래서 그냥 블라블라블라 뭐라고만 말을 했죠. 말로만 했다는 거죠. So what did he think?
I was like, I don't understand what you're saying. I was like, I don't understand what you're saying.
이 부분이 재밌는 게 이제 알렉스 씨가 실제로 이 말을 한 게 아니잖아요.
Right.
He didn't exactly say these words. He
Right.
thought to himself.
Hopefully he didn't. Well, he might have said them in English. I don't understand what you're saying.
그럴 수도 있겠지만 그 머릿속으로 생각한 거고 굉장히 당황스러워하는 상황에서 말한 거기 때문에 이 말도 정말 빠르게 입을 거의 안 열고 했어요. I was
I
like,
don't understand what you're saying.
네, 이렇게. I don't understand
I
what
don't
you're saying.
understand what you're saying.
보통 이 문장을 거의 이렇게 읽더라고요. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. 이렇게.
Yeah. I think that's kind of like the way you just have
Yeah,
to do
you're
it.
supposed to say this sentence like that.
Yeah.
I don't understand
And some
what
people
you're
put their
saying.
head back there like, I don't understand what you're saying.
네, 맞아요. 그럼에도 불구하고 뭐라고 말했죠? He
But I
said,
said, oh, thank you. And then kind of walked.
네.
But I said, oh, thank you. And then kind of walked.
네. 그렇지만 못 알아들었지만 그냥 감사합니다라고 말을 하고 then kind of walked 그냥 좀 걸어갔다라는 거죠. 마치 알아들은 것처럼
Yeah.
그런 다음에
I know in my case when people ask me for directions. I know in my case when people ask me for directions.
여기서 말하는 I know라는 것은 알고 있다라는 건데 이제 확신하건대 I'm sure.
Right, I'm sure.
I can tell you with certainty.
With certainty.
네, 확신을 갖고 말을 할 수 있는데 in my case.
In my case.
네, 저 같은 경우에
저 같은 경우에.
사람들이 길을 물어보면
Okay.
사람들이 길을 물어보면 이제 어떻게 해준다는 거죠?
I try and be very visual with my hands. I try and be very visual with my hands.
네, 여기서 재밌는 표현 나오고 있습니다. 저는 손을 이용해서 try to be very visual, be visual이라는 말이 나오고
Right.
있었죠. 그래서 시각적으로 보여주려고 해요라는 말인데 이 시각이라는 단어 공부를 해보죠. 시각의 형용사 형태로 뭐라고 하죠?
Visual.
네,
Visual.
visual. 그리고 이 눈을 저 같은 경우에는 이제 듣고 기억하는 것을 정말 잘하는데 또 제 여동생 같은 경우에는 이야기해주면 잘 모르고 이제 보면은 확실히 기억을 하더라고요.
I'm like that as well. I have a very visual memory. Visual memory.
visual memory. 그래서 눈으로 본 것을 기억하는 능력이고
Right.
그 다음에 이제 학교에서 쓰는 시각 교재,
Visual aids. Visual aids.
visual aids 또는 시각뿐만이 아니라 시청각, 비디오 형태.
Audio visual aids. Audio visual aids.
네, 앞에 audio가 붙는 거죠. 그러니까 청시각 교재가 되겠네요. 반대로 시청각 교재가 아니라 그래서 audio visual aid 또는 aids 여러 개라면 그리고 너무 막 간판이 요란해요. 그러면
Visual pollution.
맞아요.
Visual pollution.
시각 공해를 이렇게 말할 수 있습니다. 자, 이제 몇 줄 좀 남았는데요. 같이 하나씩 보죠.
So, for example, if someone's walking down this street here.
네.
So, for example, if someone's walking down this street here.
지금 예를 들어주고 있죠. 예를 들어서 누군가 이쪽 길로 걸어간다고 하면 어떻게 말한다고요?
I'll be like, okay, walk down 2 blocks and it's the second block. I'll be like, okay, walk down 2 blocks and it's the second block.
그렇죠. 저는 2블럭 걸어간 다음에 뭐 이렇게 보여주는 거죠. 2블럭 걸어간 다음에 두 번째 블럭에서 어떻게 하라고요?
Huh? Oh. And then take a left turn and that's going to lead you to whatever. Then take a left turn and that's going to lead you to whatever.
보여준다는 거죠. 그래서
Yeah.
거기서 left turn 왼쪽으로 틀면 and that's going to lead you 이끌어줄 거예요. to 여기서 말하는 whatever라는 것은 어디로 장소 이름을 뺐다라는 거죠. And then
It's an opportunity for me to tell them the directions, but also show them. It's an opportunity for me to tell them the directions, but also show them.
이것은 어떤 기회인데 for me to tell them the directions 길을 알려줄 수 있는 말로 해줄 수 있는 기회이기도 하고 also show them 보여줄 수 있는 기회라는
show
거죠. 두 가지 다 한다는 거죠. 마지막 문장은요.
In case they might misunderstand some of the words that I'm saying. In case they might misunderstand some of the words that I'm saying.
그 사람들이 제가 하는 말들 중에서 일부를 혹시 못 알아듣는 경우의 말이죠. 못 알아듣는 경우가 발생할까봐 보여주기까지 한다는 거죠.
Right.
네. 그리고 이제 마지막으로 볼 단어가 바로 오해하다인데요.
Misunderstand.
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 Misunderstand과 관련해서 뭐 여러 가지 만들어 볼 수 있겠죠. 누군가의 의도를 오해하다.
Misunderstand someone's intentions.
네.
Misunderstand someone's intentions.
누군가의 친절, 호의를 이제 오해하는 거예요. 곡해하는 거예요.
Misunderstand someone's kindness. Misunderstand someone's kindness.
잘못 받아들인 거죠. 그리고 오해 자체를 명사로는
Misunderstanding.
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 ing 붙여주고 서로 오해하는 걸 뭐라고 부르죠?
Mutual misunderstanding.
그렇죠.
Mutual misunderstanding.
Alright, so that's it. I hope there's no mutual understanding.
Misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding.
I hope that you guys understand.
Misunderstanding between you guys and us.
That's
and
right.
we're going to review the story.
That's right. Let's watch.
So in particular, I remember my first time in China. I knew some Chinese, not a lot, and I was asking someone for directions because that's something you often have to do when you're in a new country. So I went up to someone and asked them in kind of broken Chinese, like, oh, how do you get to this place, or where is this place? And the person told me the answer. And there's a big problem with telling the answer. They didn't point. They didn't use any hand signals. They just said, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I don't understand what you're saying. But I said, oh, thank you, thank you. And then kind of walked. I know in my case, when people ask me for directions, I try and be very visual with my hands. So for example, if someone's walking down the street here, I'll be like, okay, walk down 2 blocks, and it's the second block, then take a left turn, and that's going to lead you to whatever. It's an opportunity for me to tell them the directions, but also show them in case they might misunderstand some of the words that I'm saying. So in particular, I remember my first time in China. I knew some Chinese, not a lot, and I was asking someone for directions because that's something you often have to do when you're in a new country. So I went up to someone and asked them in kind of broken Chinese, like, oh, how do you get to this place, or where is this place? And the person told me the answer. And there's a big problem with telling the answer. They didn't point. They didn't use any hand signals. They just said, oh, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I don't understand what you're saying. But I said, oh, thank you, thank you. And then kind of walked. I know in my case, when people ask me for directions, I try and be very visual with my hands. So for example, if someone's walking down the street here, I'll be like, okay, walk down 2 blocks, and it's the second block, then take a left turn, and that's going to lead you to whatever. It's an opportunity for me to tell them the directions, but also show them in case they might misunderstand some of the words that I'm saying.
네, 이번에는 여러분이 가지고 있는 영어 궁금증 해결하는 시간입니다. 함께 해볼까요?
That's right. It's time for English Q&A.